What's going on, everybody? How we doing? We're here with another one. Welcome. We're here.
Yeah, Roxy.
We're back. We're back. Why am I so happy?
Today, because
Look
we have
at
our
what we
Kaws
found.
Stormtrooper.
If you guys don't know what this is, go show us. This is made. I'm super excited. Okay, so back up a little bit, right about there. So this is a Kaws Stormtrooper version. We were at a store, not gonna tell you where, and I was talking with the guy. You know what? My local comic shop, and he's like, do you know this artist? His name is
It's Kaws.
Kaws, and I'm like.
Not really.
Yeah, I do, but he didn't, right?
Not really, but...
And he's like, I have this figure. I know you're into Star Wars. Let me show it to you. And I'm like, don't tell me. I know what it is. It's got it. Is it? So, Star Wars, Stormtrooper, Kaws, artist. Let me just say, wow. And it was a gift. It was a gift. He didn't, these things normally run for,
I think like 10,000 or...
Yeah, they're thousands of dollars. Now, here's the thing though, since there's a lot of fakes, knockoffs. This one seems to be legit. Anyway, I'm not really worried about if it's legit or not. I just like it
Thank you for the gift.
Yeah, I'm a big Kaws fan. So this is a street artist who became very known for his X type of skull type of faces.
And you can see here
there's X's all over the place. And he's as I'm talking I gotta put this on. This is our other little thingy that we have. So his story is he would go around and he would take images out of
on a poster board.
Poster boards for marketing
billboards
and busways, and then go home, spray paint them, his style, and then put them back up. So he thought here he is. He gets a phone call from and big ones like Versace.
Ooh, okay.
Yes. So he gets a phone call from Versace, and they were like, "Hey, we'd like to make. Oh, here she is, Chewbacca. She's all Chewbacca out. We wanted you to see if we can't collaborate with you and start doing other stuff that we think that you're capable of doing." This guy was like, I thought I was gonna get in trouble, and it turns out that he created his own line, and I've never really have been able to get my hands on these only because there's a lot of them floating around on the regular sites that you go to. But again, I don't know if one was real, one was not. I didn't want to spend any time, any energy on it. And
it's just a cool gift.
Yeah, I went to the local comic book shop and he was like, "Look at your they were like, you know what? Yeah. I showed him the show and he was like, "Hey, since you're doing local artist kind of stuff, what if I took you up with this?" And I'm like, "Okay, cool." He said Kaws, and I was like, "Okay." Anyway, enough of that. Okay. So the whole show today is Lucky Finds. Lucky Finds. So as he talks, tell you some stories about some other Lucky Finds that we looked up on the internet. We're gonna show you some other cool stuff. Go.
First one we have is for a guy named Colin Magshaw.
Magshaw. All right.
And this guy, he lost his father in I believe it was in the army during like World War II, I believe.
Okay, so he went to war
he went to war
and then he lost his dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the war, and
so he believed that his dad was
dead.
Got it. Okay.
And 20 years later. He and his girlfriend.
So these are I'm gonna start switching books out. These are omnibuses that we found at the comic book store that I was like, okay, I gotta get them. So I'm gonna show them to you, and as he's telling the story. So this is Star Wars Omnibus, Droids and Ewoks. Oh, all right, keep going.
He and his girlfriend went.
Right, so they got in the cab. I'm sorry, I distracted. So they got in the cab,
and
they were looking
at the screen in front of them, and they saw that his name on a driver's cab was Barry Magshaw, Colin's dad, his long lost dad. Yep.
So they got in the cab. They didn't know anything about it.
and they were like,
And they were just. Who noticed it?
I think it was his girlfriend actually. It was his girlfriend, and she was like, "Hey, sweetie, is that your dad?"
Wow. So they noticed.
Hey,
the plate
yeah.
reached over, asked the guy, say, "Hey, are you this person?" And
Are
the
you
guy
Barry
was
Maxwell?
like,
And he's like, yeah. And he's like, well, I'm Colin.
"Wow,
Maxwell."
can you believe that? Getting in the cabin next, you know, you're
He's
reading it, and you're like, hey, wait a minute, that's my last name, that's my dad's name. Hey, do you know anything about a war? Yeah, I fought in a war. Can you tell me, do you have kids? Yeah. Well, guess
One
what?
of them, his name is Colin.
Yes.
Well, I'm Colin.
My name is Colin. Could it be that
You are my dad?
Wow, that's a Merry Christmas. How do you do? Here's another one we picked up. Star Wars Omnibus a long time ago. Volume 5. La la la. This one so far is my favorite. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'm reading them backwards just because I have so many of them. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to pick this one up and I'm going to go. What else we got?
Second one. Second one is two people named Tommy and Barry Settle.
Tommy and Barry Settle.
Barry Settle. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So one day they went upstairs and they found this little notebook.
I didn't show you. This is my Stormtrooper coffee mug. Yay!
Zach, whatever it is.
Yay! Go ahead. Pumpkin
And-
spice, by the way.
They went upstairs and they found this notebook. And
So they went
it was-
upstairs and they found the notebook.
Yeah, they went upstairs and found a notebook and it had this recipe in there.
Okay.
And they were like, what is this? This is supposed to be there. So they looked it up and it was actually the same exact recipe for the very, very famous Kentucky Fried Chicken.
What? So they went upstairs, they're looking around, they found this recipe, but how did they know or what?
Because I think it said it required like 11 different herbs and spices.
Wow.
Which is the same amount as the regular
I'm
Kentucky
sure,
Fried Chicken.
I'm sure someone got the big old ding 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 ding, ding big light bulb on the head, and they're like, okay, let's look up and see if this is the actual recipe.
And
So
guess
then what happened?
And guess what? Look, this recipe has never ever been given out to anybody.
Of course not.
Only very, very select employees. Very, very select.
No, I know that because that's like a big deal with Kentucky Fried Chicken. They even say it's a secret family recipe.
And
so they go up. Wow, that's incredible. Talk about a lucky find. So then what do they do? What do they do?
After that, they, I believe they...
Volume 4.
Oh, yeah,
Go
Volume
ahead.
4. They,
sorry, this is Volume 1.
They took it to the local store, and they said, well, is this the real recipe? And all they said was, we are going to take you to court.
Oh.
They took them to court, and they're like, this isn't yours. We are going to need this back.
Yikes! So they took them to like a Kentucky Fried Chicken. Oh yeah, because I'm telling you that is an extremely big deal.
This is you cannot have.
So then what happened?
I think it's still being settled. It's not done yet.
Yikes!
So
See,
still
that's a real complicated thing. So if you purchase a home or something and there's some items in there, technically you own everything in the building. You know, so it becomes illegal.
But
ooh,
yeah, but
what's gonna happen?
Yeah, but this could completely destroy Kentucky Fried Chicken.
No, you know, it can and it can't. You know, yeah, you know, it's up to them.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I think so, possibly, but at the same time, I'm like, they've been around for so long. I'm sure other people have gotten their hands on it. Here's the trick, though. So if you try to mimic Kentucky Fried Chicken, what happens is you can't legally. I mean, you can duplicate herbs and spices, but then you're going to end up in legal problems. So it's just better for you to just do it like Popeye's way and just be like, you know what? I'm not going to go that way. We're going to go this way. So, but that is
make it myself.
Right. But that is one of Kentucky Fried Chicken's giant part of their logo. They're saying it's a secret family recipe. So there you go. All right.
Another one is now this couple they have not told us their names, but they.
This is my favorite one. Can I
yeah, that was pretty good.
No, you keep talking, and I'm gonna just show them.
So this couple, they I believe they lost their rings.
Go ahead. Rings.
Yes. They lost their wedding ring.
Okay.
And after that, they went on this very, very long hiking trip, and at after they got back, it was like a month later, and after they got back, they were cleaning their shoes, and out of nowhere, they found the ring.
Really?
Their gold sapphire ring. Yep.
In the ground or something, or what?
In their boots, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
It was in their boots, and they took it off, and they're like, "What's this?" And they pulled out a little something shiny, and then that was their ring. That was their gold sapphire ring.
Wow. Talk about being lucky. Actually, that's happened to me a few times where I'm
that's
like, okay,
crazy.
You know, I lost it, and then I'm looking in my pockets, and then I'm looking at 6 times, and I'm like,
where is it?
It's not here. I'm gonna stop looking for it because you know why? At some point, you just gotta,
forget about it and
leave it alone.
It'll show up sometime.
Hopefully, if it comes back. And next, I look in the same pocket. I looked 6 times, mind you. It wasn't there before. I looked at it again, and I'm like, oh,
there it is.
How does that happen? Now, it could be. Here's my thinking, and I'm thinking this is probably what happened. So they didn't find it in the water or anything.
No.
They found it in the boot.
Yep.
So the first time when you're
drenched move.
Right. So first time when you're like, okay, for example, this thing, it was on the shelf. Didn't see it. Wasn't there. And I scanned that shelf probably 6 times. The guy turns around, walks over, picks it up, brings it to me, and I'm like, he's like, it's been there for a long time. And I'm like, see that? So I'm wondering if, but yeah, so
what the heck, man?
I'm wondering if that's got anything to do with it, like, the whole, you're looking for something, it's not there, but then you go back in your pocket or you go back in your book bag, and there it is.
Sit there for a bit.
So is it because you weren't paying attention, or you were such in a rush, and you were in a panic mode, and you weren't really,
and you didn't find anything?
Yeah. And that's exactly what it was with this. It was kind of in the back of other stuff like that, so you could still see the face. But maybe if you put it in the front, right in front of people's faces. I know they do a lot that in stores. So if something isn't selling, they'll put it right in the front, so you see it, and then that's how they get rid of the stuff. Because you're waiting in line, you're kind of browsing, you got more time to look, and next thing you know, hey, I'll take these avocados for 50 cents or whatever. But if they were in the back, you wouldn't be getting them because it's not, it's not what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Awesome. What else?
This is our last story. This one is about lots of different people, not just one little group. So this guy, he was a beer car driver, and he somehow swerved off the road.
Okay.
And landed in a river, and after that he called the police, and he's like, well, I lost 30,000 kegs of beer. 30,000 kegs of beer in the ocean, and not in the ocean, but a very, very large river, and later, I think it was like 700 different people came in, and they were like, let's go in the river and find this 30,000 bottles of beer.
Free beer, man. Barrels. Let's go get them. That's what they said.
And they had actual scuba gear, like a underwater type of.
So they went rigged up, professionally scuba gear, and then what happened?
We have
right, and then what happened?
And I don't think they found all the beer, but they're still looking.
So
right
they're
now,
still you know what?
For the beer.
That is a real plausible thing to do, and I'll tell you why. If it's in a barrel, it's probably still. I'm surprised it's not
still
floating,
good.
But since it is in a contained barrel, yeah, definitely gonna still be good. Definitely gonna still be good. Go ahead.
We want our beer.
Yeah, we want our beer. That's exactly what it is. Good job. What else you got?
That's it for our stories. And
awesome. What do we got for a joke?
We have a joke.
We have a joke for you. Dun, 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 dun. Go ahead.
When is a frog? When is a car like a frog?
A car similar to a frog? I don't know. Do you know?
You know, Roxy?
I'm talking to this one down here. She doesn't want to talk. Okay. Say hi. Okay.
You don't know?
When? I really don't know.
Okay. When it's being towed. Get it?
Dun, 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 dun. Guys, thank you very much. That was a good one. I like that joke. You got the best jokes. He's the best at doing all the research.
I'm the joke master.
Yeah, he's the joke master. We just kind of jump on board and see what happens. Guys, appreciate it. The next one definitely will be more interesting than the last as we try to bring you all great information. We'll see you the next time. Appreciate for joining us. Booyah, baby!